activity that we do and we get some reward points. Sounds interesting, right? Let's take a look at an interesting video. So as you are watching the video, you can notice that there are some points given for each activity, and it's like a game. So whatever activity the character is doing, he's scoring some points. Okay, so I hope you found the video interesting, and I'm sure those of you who have kids would love this idea and would implement on their kids to reward them with gifts after they do some activity. I'm sure those like me who find it difficult to get to office every day will find it interesting too. Okay, so moving on. So we just completed level 1, as you have seen. That was quite simple, isn't it? So let's move on to some challenging levels now. Why Gamify? Gamification is changing the way startups, big brands, governments, and non-profits engage and relate to their customers, employees, and audience. The first results have been so astonishing that demand for gamification products, service, and technologies is growing exponentially. By 2015, Gartner Group projects that over 70% of the world's largest companies will be using gamification. And M2 Research says that by 2018, they'll spend over $5 billion annually on gamification. Gamification is effective for social media. Gamification effectively motivates people in social media. For example, a company called Foursquare encourages frequent check-ins at fun locations, and users check in daily to review their scores and leaderboards. Gamification also shows excellent results for education. For example, Khan Academy, which has an effective gamified interface, provides millions of students worldwide access to their online instruction. Due to its success, Khan Academy is being incorporated into US public school curriculum. The US government also recognizes benefits of gamification. According to the web page of the Office of Science and Technology Policy, 23 US agencies are incorporating gamification, including the National Institutes of Health, the Department of Energy, the US Army, and NASA. Forbes article points that gamification has become a CEO's best friend. You can read the article in this link that I have given on this slide. We'll be sharing the presentation with you, so whenever you have time, you can go through the article in leisure. So when gamification is implemented effectively, enterprises can reap many benefits such as increase in user engagement, increase customer participation, we can influence people's behavior, improve quality of service, and so on. And of course, it's a big money. The market for gamification has enjoyed dramatic growth, surging from 155% in 2011 to 197% in 2012. Market research firms expect the market to jump to $2.8 billion in 2016. Wow! With 47% of implementations currently focused on user engagement, MT Research says that enterprise is the largest market segment, consisting of 25% of the gamification market. Let us now see how some well-known companies have seen a surge in their profit and able to achieve their goals through gamification. As we understand, games help people complete mundane or challenging real-life tasks. Conversation and Community, the social web for documentation, says that we are witnesses to the age of information shifting to the age of interaction. Sharon Burton says 32% of consumers typically look at product instructions before they buy. Businesses are predicted to spend $2.8 billion on gamification in 2016. 53% of Internet stakeholders believe gamification will keep growing over the next 5 to 10 years. By 2015, over 50% of organizations are predicted to be using gamification. Companies can expect 2 to 4% increase in revenue in the first month of use. Users spend 30% longer on sites with social login games. Foursquare rewards users for checking in at locations with points and badges. Nike encourages fitness using personal goals and challenges, achievements, progress statistics, and group challenges. The University of Bonn increased wiki contributions by 62% by implementing gamification. Khan Academy rewards users for learning new things. Free rice allows users to answer questions to donate rice to starving people. 6,100 tons of rice have been donated to date. Foldit turned protein folding into a game, which generated a major breakthrough in AIDS research within 10 days. Cisco increased sales by 8 to 12%. Deloitte reduced training cost by 50% by implementing gamification. DevHub increased the number of their users who complete online tasks from 10% to 80%. As we saw, gamification has many benefits and many organizations are reaping profits by implementing gamification. Okay, congratulations. So we all together completed successfully level 2 and looks like we scored some points and bonus too. So let's move on to the next level. Gamification drives participation and engagement by integrating game mechanics and game dynamics into a website, service, online community, content portal, marketing campaign, or even internal business workflows. Gamification influences behavior through the use of key concepts from a number of related areas like game design, customer loyalty programs, behavioral economics, and community management. Game mechanics are the basic actions, processes, and control mechanisms that are used to gamify an activity. They are the rules and rewards that make up gameplay and create a compelling and engaging user experience. Game mechanics make the activity challenging, fun, satisfying, or whatever other emotion the game designers hope to evoke. These emotions in turn are the compelling desires and motivations of the experience we call game dynamics. So game mechanics that help you achieve your goals are points, levels, virtual goods and spaces, leaderboards, gifts, and charity. Let us see what each of these points mean. People love to earn and achieve points, making them incredible motivators. Points can be used to reward users across multiple dimensions, and different categories of points can be used to drive specific behavior. Points can be used as status indicators. Users can spend them to unlock access to content or spend them on rewards. Studies done at IBM Research and the University of Chicago have illustrated dramatic effects that earning points can have on user behavior, even when they have no monetary value. People simply want to be rewarded and feel like they have gained something in life. Levels. Levels are an indication that you have reached a milestone, as we have just seen after we have completed each module. A level of accomplishment in a community and should be afforded a certain amount of respect and status. Levels are often defined as point thresholds so that users can automatically level up based on participation or ease to indicate status. Virtual goods are non-physical, intangible objects that are purchased for use in online communities or online games. Users purchase virtual goods like clothing, weapons, or decorations to create an identity for their virtual self while comparing and showing off with their friends. You might have seen that when we buy in many online games, they give the facility to share the scores on Twitter or Facebook. That's just because we feel good to compete against our friends. Most successful games have a high score table to provide inspiration and also indicate how each user is progressing against competitors. In the context of gamification, leaderboards are used to track and display desired actions using competition to drive valuable behavior. Leaderboards is nothing but it's a list of your scores against the other players in the game. So you know where you stand in the game and you try hard to go to the next level so that you can move up the ladder. Trophies, badges, ribbons, etc. are the visible recognition of having reached new levels or completed challenges. One of the keys to making levels and challenges effective is providing a forum for users to show off their achievements, like Twitter or Facebook. Like a trophy case or a user profile page that can be displayed to earn badges. are game dynamics? Dynamics that help you progress through the game are rewards, status, achievement, self-expression, and competition. Human beings are motivated by receiving rewards, something of value given for some kind of action. A reward, tangible or intangible, is presented after the occurrence of an action, with the intent to cause the behavior to occur again. With gamification, the primary reward mechanism is through earning points or the equivalent. But obtaining virtual goods, leveling up, and even completing achievements also satisfy this desire. What do most humans need? Most humans need are status, recognition, fame, or attention. People need to engage themselves in activities to gain this esteem. All elements of game mechanics drive these dynamics, with leveling up, such as getting a gold or platinum credit card, being one of the primary motivators. Some people are motivated by a need to achieve, to accomplish something difficult through prolonged and repeated efforts, to work towards goals, and to win. People motivated by achievement tend to seek out challenges and set difficulty goals. Their most satisfying reward is the recognition of their achievements. So while you are playing a game, if it is of the beginner's level, you'll probably not enjoy it too much. So we have to always see that the game mechanics or gamified project that we implement, it shouldn't be very difficult for users to complete or shouldn't be very easy. So they should actually feel a sense of achievement when they win something or complete a task. Many people want and need opportunities to express their autonomy and originality, to mark themselves as having unique personalities from those around them. This ties into the human desire to show off a sense of style, identity, and personality, and to show off an affiliation with a group. Using virtual goods is a common way of players to create their own identity, whether they are earned through rewards, received as gifts, or bought directly with real currency. A person's avatar can often serve as a rich focal point for expression. Competition. We all like competition, right? During our school days, we used to participate in games, sports, and we would get a sense of achievement when we win a competition. Competitions enable the players to challenge each other for the high score. It has been proven that higher levels of performance can be achieved when a competitive environment is established and the winner is rewarded. This is probably because we gain a certain amount of satisfaction by comparing our performance to that of others. Just imagine if you're just playing a game and win it, you won't have that sense of achievement when you are playing a game against few more players and then win against them, and then you see that someone else is losing or have lost the game. So it's like you have a number of players and you are the winner amongst them, so it gives you a sense of achievement and you feel good about yourself, right? So when we are thinking about gamification, we need to plan how we would incorporate these game mechanics and dynamics into our gamification project. Wow, we have completed 3 levels. That's nice. So score is increasing and we are also earning some bonus points. And as you can see, only 6th level is locked till now, and the rest of the 2 levels 4 and 5 have been unlocked for us. It looks interesting, isn't it? Let us now see some of the examples of gamified user assistance. Adobe has gamified their Photoshop tutorial which is called Level Up for Photoshop. In this Gamify tutorial, we need to complete image editing missions to earn points. We can also compare our progress to other game players on the online leaderboard on their website. This boosts our progress. Sharing our scores on Twitter and Facebook also gives us additional points. So if some of you have been using Photoshop, please try this tutorial. It's quite interesting. Cisco Mindshare. To give network customers an enjoyable way to learn to use binary numbers, Cisco created its popular binary game. According to Cisco's learning network, the game has been played about 1 million times around the world. This is to help with the task of converting 8-digit binary numbers to decimals. Cisco takes gamification to the next level by providing games to help network administrators gain networking skills to prepare for professional certification. So this is an example of gamification that has been implemented in training. So as you can see on this picture, it says learn Cisco networking basics while you play. Features 75 game stages and covers X and Z topics. No experience required. So it's an interesting way to learn something while you are also achieving some rewards. And you can also boast your scores against the other employees who are also probably doing the same training. To help customers learn about new features in Microsoft Office 2007 and 2010, Microsoft Office Labs used a gamified approach. Their Ribbon Hero and Ribbon Hero 2 games have helped millions of users get the most out of the new version of their product. So I hope you all remember the Clippy, a kind of clip help that used to give in-time user assistance in the earlier versions of Microsoft. So they have just gamified a little bit, and now this Ribbon Hero 2 is available for free download. So you can install Ribbon Hero 2 and download it on your system and try to play. This will help you to learn skills in Microsoft Office and their products like Word, Excel or PowerPoint. So after you download the game, you can see there are various design levels and quests. So here is the skill level, which gives you certain points when you complete them. And as you complete, hover your mouse. I have downloaded this game, so I'll just show you how it looks. So as we are hovering our mouse here, you can see that it gives us a challenge and the points available with it. These are all the different avatars and characters created to make it look like a game. So these are various applications of Microsoft like PowerPoint. This is Note, and this is again Note, and this is Word. This is again a challenge in Word. So the moment you click this, it takes you to the challenge and opens the Word interface. It also gives you some guidance on how you can complete that challenge. So once you complete the task or activity that they have given and follow the instructions appropriately, you win some points and then continue to the next level to learn further. So these points certainly motivate us to play a game because it looks very interesting and it gives us a sense of achievement when we score these points. So they have made the Microsoft or learning Microsoft Office fun by implementing gamification. Okay, so we have completed 4 levels so far. That's a good timing. Okay, so let's discuss some of the game changers for technical communicators. To provide successful user experience for enterprise gamification products, technical communicators need to adapt processes and apply new methods. Let us see how. Understanding user motivation and behavior. The strength of gamification lies in how it motivates users. To achieve the benefits of gamification, we must understand what motivates our users to perform the task that we create or present in our help or manuals. One way to develop this understanding is through customer meetings. Oracle has a customer focus group which is called Oracle Application User Experience Gamification Focus Group, where they do these customer meetings and take feedback and see how users are performing the task. There's also been a lot of research on the general types of players that play games and what motivates them, like competing, seeing how you rank against other players, getting visibility, completing tasks and checking them off, or helping other people. In your gamified product, have tasks that actually motivate your users to read your help. Gamified User Assistance Architecture. Gamification brings users through a range of activities, starting with onboarding and continuing through mastery. The concept of onboarding in games help people know what to do when they get started. That's very important. Games gives us a plan to get started and quests to follow or levels to conquer. Some architectural considerations can be: we need to plan the player's journey and provide onboarding, also organize content by quest and levels, thus maintaining motivation throughout the player's life cycle, from novice through mastery. A use case in technical communication could be how to get people more involved in installing and configuring a product by reading our installation manual, and also to keep them motivated all the way to the end. As we all know, installing a product is an important task, but quite often very long and boring process. It keeps on going and never seems to end. So Confluence came out with an idea on gamifying the installation of Confluence. Confluence is a wiki for technical documentation by Atlassian that involves installation of Apache, SQL database, Java, etc. before you actually get to work with the wiki. So people or Confluence users found it very difficult and gave up before that stage. So what did they do? They implemented gamification in the installation process. The game is called Atlassian Dragon Quest. Here is how it looks. So they have created a gamified version of their tutorial and given some points and the time estimates and defined each level of installation. So as you can see, from step 1 to step 6 when you go, the last step is victory. So after you go through all the steps, you kind of, you can share your score, you can tweet it, or go to the next stage for installation, and so on. They have also given some reward points here, and you can also comment about the tutorial, rate it with stars, etc. What are user assistant patterns? Gamification borrows many user assistant patterns from games. A good way to understand this pattern is to play game yourself. Sample patterns include user interface strings for components such as points, levels, quests, badges, and leaderboards, onboarding tutorials, embedded tips and help that we provide with the application or product, some FAQs, and forum where users can collaborate with each other. Gamification terminology includes components originating from games, such as onboarding, badges, quests, levels, avatars, leaderboards. These are the common terminologies used in games. In gamification, messages are a critical part of motivating users and are integrated within the game structure. For examples, messages define goals and rules of the gamified system. They also introduce strategy and tactics, guide players towards mastery, provide feedback, motivation, and rewards for leveling up or for meeting a goal. We can also link to an FAQ when necessary. Messages are really crucial in a game. They set the tone, as well as telling people what to do and giving them instructions. Think about a coach in real life. The messages are just there when they are needed. Often there is a link to the game FAQ within the message. And the inspired players love to share what they learn in a forum. The writing style for gamified products should make it fun task and rewarding. The writing style is informal, friendly, motivational, and minimal. For example, ideal strings are the length of a tweet. Playtesting. Gamified projects undergo several iterations of playtesting and feedback. It's a must because you need to see how people are enjoying your game. When scheduling gamification projects, we need to allow time for multiple iterations of the product and its user assistance. An example of playtesting is shown on the Microsoft Playtest site. I have given the link here on the PPT. So you can take a look as how Microsoft Game Studio developed the game, and like Xbox or the other Microsoft games, and then they call all users to just keep playing the game, and they see how the users are behaving, what are their needs while playing the game, what are their expressions. So these are all kind of play testing, while they also during the early phase they can also point out some bugs in the product. So play testing really helps. Okay, so we have completed level 5 successfully. So how to get started with our own gamified project? Like any other project, you can start by defining your business objectives. What is that you want to achieve through gamification in your business? Now there has to be true meaning and reward in order to apply gamification to your business and to solve your business problems. It shouldn't be just implementing some game mechanics and dynamics and just make it look appealing. That's not enough, because it has to solve your real business problem. So if your business problem is customer engagement, you need to see that, and your statistics should show that after implementing gamification, your business problem or customer engagement has increased. As implementing gamification is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, mind you. It requires technical skills, visual designers, storyboarding, etc. And more importantly, it should address our business problem and help us achieve our goals. So next comes conceptualizing and planning our gaming strategy. What would be the concept of game and how we'll apply it? For example, as you have seen the ribbon hero, there is a concept, right? Similarly for Cisco and Level Up, it's a concept. Atlassian Dragon Quest, it's a concept. So you need to come up with a concept and then create avatars, levels, and then rewards and badges, then have a leaderboard in place, etc. Then we also need to define our players and understand who will be our players. who would be really interested to invest their time and play the game while using our product. So we need to see player behavior pattern. What do they do when they are struck with a problem? What motivates them? What kind of fun they like to have? Under which environment they use our product? And then plan our game techniques accordingly. We also need to plan resources, select vendors who implement gamification, or build a team internally. So if we are building a team internally, we need to plan the resources such as who have technical skills, who are visual designers, and so on and so forth. There are also gamified software available that you can purchase to design your gamification project. Software like Construct2, Game Maker Studio, or Game Editor. Some of these are free, but if you want advanced version, you can also purchase them online. I have given references that you can look at the references section. So the most important of any gamified project is we should not forget the fun. Do not forget the fun. There should be real fun involved in our gamified user assistance. Players should actually get connected to it and should find it real. They should actually enjoy playing the game while doing their task. They should find it interesting enough to experience the journey that we have planned for them, and then should get motivated to return to our game again and again. So the way we get glued and hooked to the real games like Farm Village or the other online games on Facebook. So the gamified user assistance should provide the same experience to the players or our users. Okay, so we scored and we completed successfully the gamified PPT, and as you can see, there's also a link to share your score with your friends. Don't worry, it's not real, it's all dummy here right now. And this is kind of leaderboard that I was talking about, where you're just ranked as against your other players who are playing the game with the scores. So you feel good when you look at the leaderboard that you are at the highest, you are the top scorer, right? Okay, so what can we conclude by this? We can conclude that gamification by itself isn't the silver bullet to solve all our business problems. It will likely largely complicate the overall design and bring in many new details and functional problems to solve. However, when designed and implemented correctly, it can have a huge impact on user loyalty and engagement. All this will end, however, if we don't focus on making it all fun. There needs to be a relevant reason for people to get engaged with what we have created. Constantly ask yourself, does this benefit the user and is it fun? We need to ask this question to ourselves throughout the project, and then only we can stay on target. Gamification brings exciting changes to enterprise products that engage and motivate users. To stay in the game, technical communicators must prepare for future, when over 70% of companies will have at least one gamified product and over 50% of companies will gamify innovation. Okay, so here are some references. I highly recommend a course by Kevin Verbeck. It's a course on gamification. There is one course that is ongoing in Coursera, but I think I'm not sure if you can join at this point, but maybe you can enroll yourself in Coursera for this course, and whenever they do it the next time, you can enroll it and do that course. And there are other references available. so you can get more information about what is gamification and how you can really create a good user experience with our products. The first reference is to the vendors. So this website gives a list of gamification project vendors. So if you are planning to implement your gamification project, you can probably outsource your work to one of these vendors. Or as I mentioned, there are softwares available. There are some open source softwares also available. So you can look at the internet and see. There is an article on Intercom on gamification. So you can read that as well. Okay. So with that, I'm open for questions. So if you can just type in your questions. And here's my email ID. You can write to me whenever you want. I'm also available on LinkedIn and Facebook. So feel free to contact me. Okay, Sarah, so any questions? Okay.
Okay, really there is a question from Kiranmai. So she's asking if there is any sample that's being done on installation manual.
Any sample? Yeah, I have just shown Atlassian Dragon Quest, right? So you can actually search it in Google. And Atlassian Dragon Quest, they have gamified their installation manual. So you can take a look and understand how they have gamified the entire instruction manual. I have given an example in the PPT itself, so you can search with Atlassian Dragon Quest. The name of the name of their gamified manual is Atlassian Dragon Quest. So you can search on Google and find more information on it. Any other question?
I have one more question from Suma. So she's asking, can we use gamification in video tutorials?
Can we use gamification in video tutorials? In that question?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, video tutorials. See, gamification can be used in anything. It can be your quick reference guide, it can be your user manual, it can be your online help, it can be your instruction or installation manual, including videos. But most of the time, as we know, that videos are very short, just 2 to 3 minutes of videos. So yeah, I'm not sure how helpful it would be to implement, or probably you can just have a simple game like they are entering the game and doing some task and then coming up and scoring some points. So yeah, you can easily implement gamification in video tutorials as well. So the basic thing is you are allowing users to do your task and just giving them some sort of rewards or badges to complete the task, and implement the kind of the theme of a theme that it should look like a game and that user is playing a game. So you have to define those characters and the theme and have some scores and levels in place. So if your video tutorial is say 2 to 3 minutes, you can have it as level 1, and then the next video tutorial can be your level 2. So once you complete your level 1 and score some points, then only you can go to the next level. So those kind of parameters and concept you can design around your tutorials or help. Anything else?
I guess
Questions?
that's it.
That's
Yeah,
it?
I guess that's it from me. Yep.
Okay, so,
Thanks.
well, sure. So thank you. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. And please feel free to contact me or connect with me on LinkedIn if you have any questions or if you need any assistance. At this point at ADP, we are planning a gamification project. So in case you need some more details on the nitty gritty, please feel free to contact me and I'll be able to help you out. So thank you, Sarah. Thank you, STC, and thanks everyone for being a wonderful audience. Thank you for listening to me.
Thanks a lot, man. Thank you. Bye
Okay.
bye.